Hello, my name's Julie from salessewunique, and I will pop all the links down below where you can find me on social media. Well, welcome to everyone to episode 169. I hope everybody's well. I hope you've all managed to get some crafting done. I thought I hadn't really done much this week, but I have been doing some hand stitching, some machine sewing and some crochet. So that's what I'm going to share with you, apart from some cooking. So, right, well, what shall I start with this week? I've got my drink of water, just in case I get thirsty and I'm going to start coughing. So I think I will start off with some hand sewing that I've been doing. Now, if you remember, a few weeks ago I started the Corinne Lapierre hummingbird kit. And I got to this part here to do this little bit on the wing. That's all I've got left to do, and it just didn't look right, so I put it away. It's been sat in the naughty corner for a little while. But then I thought, right, let's get it out and see what we can do. Now, looking at the stitching, it looks like it's a little V, like it's the feather stitch, but when I tried to do that, mine didn't come out very well at all. So I thought, well, all you can see is the brown stitching. I know you probably won't be able to see this very well, but it's just the brown stitching. You don't really see much stuff out underneath it. So I thought, well, what can I do? So I kept trying to do this like little feather stitch, and it just didn't, we lost it in the felt basically. So what I decided to do was like a chain stitch, and that seemed to work out better. So I have actually finished it now. So I have got one finished thing to share with you this week, and that is it all done. So you can see the brown on the wing there, and yeah, so I'm really pleased with that. Thoroughly enjoyed doing it. It was just a bit frustrating with that top part of the wing, but I got there. And at the end of the day, if you have to do your own thing on these kits, you have to do your own thing, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's turned out pretty well, and I really enjoyed doing it, and I think it would look nice in a frame, a picture frame I should say. So I might actually eventually put them in picture frames so they can go up on the wall in the house, and then they're going to keep clean and not get dusty, because over time they're bound to get dust. But for the time being, that is going to go up in the shop on display so people can see what the actual kit looks like. Even though there's a picture on the front of the box, people always like to see the actual stitched thing. So yeah, so that's the first thing I've got to share with you. Now the next thing I haven't got them here, but I had some pouches left over from last week that hadn't actually got stitched up, so they're all stitched now. I haven't photographed them. They're not ready to go on the website, online yet, because I need to photograph everything and hadn't got any rings to go on the side, so they have just come today, so they're on. So tomorrow's job is to get them photographed. So I have been doing some crochet this week, and I've got a free pattern off Instagram. I'll probably put it in the link down below, because I can't remember what the person's called. So it's a little marshmallow cat. I mean, how cute is it? Very easy to do, very quick to do. So I thought I might do a few of these for Adele to take to one of her shows this week. So I said to her I'll do 5 altogether. So that is the little white one, that's the first one. So I don't know if you can see the eyes. I've got a green glitter ring around the black. And then the next one is like I don't know, it's a brown, a beige one. I think the cat's had this one. That'll be Salem. He's had a nibble at his ear. So this is a little is a little brown one. Oh, what's happened to this one? He's eaten his ear. That's a little brown one. So he's got a little curly tail. So that's quite cute, that one. And then we've got a slightly different chenille yarn. This is slightly thicker, same pattern, same amount of stitches on, but this is a little bit bigger. So this is a little podgy cat. So yeah, really enjoyed making these. These didn't take too long to make at all. So that's all the cats I've done. I did start one today. It's more sort of like a gingery brown, so I think that's going to look quite nice. And the next thing I have finished is Gumdrop the Gingerbread Cow. Now this is a crochet pattern by Cosy Crochet by Tasha, and this was off Etsy. So that is the cow. I mean, how cute is that? And I did actually crochet the buttons, because I think I might have said last week I was going to put some peppermint swirl buttons on, but I decided not to because I think they would have looked a little bit too big on her. So I'll just pop the pattern over there. But the pattern is American pattern, but it's very, very easy to follow. And so make sure she's got bits of green on her. And there she is. I mean, how sweet is that? She's really cute. She's not turned out as big as I thought she might, but I'm really happy with the size. And I've used the vanilla milkshake for the icing on the top of her head. As I've got the ball on the go, I thought it saves me sort of starting another ball of yarn for white, and I actually like the cream with the cow colouring, so that's really nice. So we've got a couple of little crochet buttons there, little arms, just ordinary. Oh no, we've got glittery eyes. They won't show up on camera, but it's like a brownie glitter. And then we've got the two little horns on her head, so I think that's really, really sweet. And this is all made in the Jelly Baby yarn, and I stitched all the pieces on with some ordinary DK sort of yarn in sort of a similar colour to all this, because I do find sometimes that the chenille yarn does shred a little bit when you're trying to stitch up, but so I think it turned out really well. Oh, and she's got a little tail as well. Now the little tail is just long like that, but on the pattern it's got red and green little sort of like tassels really, but I'm gonna have to have a look and see what I've got in my stash, if I've got any yellow and red ordinary DK yarn, or I could maybe use embroidery thread. So that's the only thing I need to do. But if I haven't got any, then she's not going to get a colourful tail. She's just going to be as she is. So that is another Christmas project done, ready for display at home or wherever I want to put it. So I think I've probably come to the end of Christmas projects at the minute. I can't think of anything else that I want to do. I've just felt my horn's not stitched on. I've only half stitched my horn on. I must remember to do that. Right, yeah, so I'm not sure what else I'd like to do for Christmas, because I've got the gingerbread bunny, the Christmas pudding, the snowman, the small snowman, and I've already got a little gingerbread man done. I know I'd like to make some more little snowmen to go around the house and that, and maybe for a couple for the shop. But other than that, for Christmas, I'm not sure what I'd like to do. At the minute, I want to move on to something else, I think. I was thinking of maybe doing a wreath for each season in crochet, but then I'm thinking maybe that's a little bit sort of beyond me to do some of these flowers and that. I don't know. I know I want to expand my skill level, but I'm not sure if that's going to be a bit hard for me. I don't know. I have got a book, I must admit, I have got a book somewhere that's got knitted and crochet flowers in, so I might, when I've got time, have a little play and see if I can actually do some of these things, because like for autumn you would have sunflowers, you'd have acorns and pine cones. Now I don't know if I'm skilled enough to do pine cones and all that, but or I could have like a mixed media type of thing. I could maybe crochet what I'm capable of crocheting at the minute, and maybe do some machine embroidery for the leaves and things like that. So I could probably do that, because it would be nice to have something to go up at home and in the shop decoration of what I do. So anybody's got any suggestions, any ideas, please let me know down below in the comments area. It'd be nice to hear if you know what you think I should do. So yeah, right, well, I've done one more thing. I've made one more thing, and this is a pouch. I've got threads. I haven't cut my threads off. Yeah, I don't know. Right, what's that? And it's a bigger pouch, and this is using some fabric that I'd already got from a kit. So as you can see, it's quite big. Just let me get one of the other sizes of pouches, then you can see the difference. So that is the difference. So it's quite a good size. And this one's got 2 buttons on. There's no magnetic fastener on this. So we've got the handmade with love buttons on, and I'll just undo this, and I think the idea is there's no pocket there, but it holds one of these notebooks, which I got these off Amazon, and this is what I use for my notebook for everything I need to do for work. This is what I do all my lists in, but I've got book covers for mine. But it fits in this pouch perfectly, and let's make a look. And it's got the pouch at the front, and it's also got the pen pouch there. So, and the fabric I've used is a William Morris fabric. It's called Morris. I do have this fabric on the website, and it's all sort of lined in there with the Morris. But what I would like to do with it is, now I'm just going to try my iPad to see if it fits in, and it does. So there's my iPad. Now I'm saying it's not going to fit every iPad. Now mine's a generation 9, so it's not one of the big ones, but it fits in there lovely. So I'm going to make something. I've got an idea what I would like to use. I've got some corduroy, and I've got some like autumnal fabric that I want to use for the lining. So I'm hoping next week to have a go at making a sample up to see how it comes out, and then where the pocket is for the pencils, I'm going to see if I can alter that and maybe put either split the pocket into 2 so I can put my cables in for the iPad, or a narrower pocket, because my charger for my pen it's like a box, so it charges up a generation 1 pen, and it will charge up generation 2, so you can lay down the pen for a 2, and for the 1 it stands up. So I thought about doing, if I can, if it will fit in, do a pocket for that, and then a pocket for the 2 cables that I've got. So when I go out for the day, or when we go away or anything like that, I can put the whole thing in, and I know my pen's protected and it will fit in the pouch. So that's going to be a little job for next week to do. So really that's all that I have been making this week. Now I've got 1 or 2 plans for next week. Like I say, I want to do another pouch. I must remember to find my cord dry out before I leave out of my sewing room today, so I can take that to the shop and get cutting. I have been having a little bit of a sort out, and I've come across a pattern that I bought from one of the quilting shows years ago, and I mean years ago, for a long time, and it's called Cat Stack, and it's all felt, and it's a wall quilt kit, and it's 13 inch by 15.5 inch. So you've got all the felt, it's wool felt, the background, binding, you've got your pattern, batting, and that's the picture. So you've got the 3 little kitties on there, which obviously if you've been here long enough, you know we've got cats, so we are a cat family. And that's all the colours that I've got of the felt in there, and it's just been sat there doing nothing, and I thought it's about time I use some of my kits up. So I'll just show you this. Now I don't know how much I'm going to get done this week, but oops, if I can get a lot of the pieces cut out, then that's what I'm going to do. So I think I will probably take this to work with me, keep it in my bag, and then whenever I've got 10 minutes, or you know, if the shop's quiet, I can start cutting out. So I'm really looking forward to this. Yeah, because it's only pattern pieces that are around the edge. The rest of it's a guide to where, a placement guide. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. So the Advent felt kit that I've nearly finished, that's going to be on hold for a bit longer because I really want to have a go at this. So this is one thing that I'm starting on next week, and I've got myself some crocheted patterns. Now the cat pattern, like I said, was a free pattern, but I have bought 3 patterns today. So the first one that I got, these are all off Etsy. So Fuzzify, that's the pattern name. No, not the pattern name, that's the person's name, the business name, off Etsy. And this is a chubby frog, and it's got a lily, it's on a lily pad and a lily leaf on its head. So that looks quite sweet. So I'm going to do one of those, I think, hopefully this week. And then the next one is from the same person, a keychain frog. So that will be perfect for all the little bits of yarn that I've got left over from all the other frogs that I've made. So I'm looking forward to doing that and making some little keychains so they can go for Adele. And then the main thing I want to do, which I don't know if I'll start this over the next week or not, but I really would like to, is Fliss the fox. So how gorgeous is she? Now it's a very similar pattern, body and arms and legs from the cow that I've just done, but I think the head shape is slightly different because the fox sort of comes out and then goes back in again, doesn't it? So I have bought this pattern, and I think by looking at the picture there's patterns for the little flowers, the basket, the bag. Was it a basket? Yeah, the basket bag, that's it. So you can see there's flowers in the basket bag. I think there's acorns in that one, and there's the toadstools in that one. So that is lovely. So I'm looking forward to having a go with that. But I need to get some yarn for this because I don't have I don't think I've got any. I'm just looking at my shelf. I don't think I've got anything that's a fox colour. So I'm going to have to look and see. According to the yarn in here, it's Hobby Baby Snuggle in burnt orange. So I'm going to have a look around and see if I can find some yarn for that. But yeah, looking forward to having a go with that. So I have decided to do some autumn things now. So I'm working my way back. So yes, I'd like to do the fox, and then I'd like to do maybe a hedgehog or something. Maybe some little ghosties or something. So I think I know what I want to make. Like I said, I would like to do a wreath of some kind, but I think I'm going to need a little bit of practice before I start that. I think that might be everything I have got to share with you today. Yes, it is. What I'm going to, well, when I finish chatting, I am going to put a little bit of video in of what I've actually been cooking, well, baking this week in the kitchen. So I have made an asparagus quiche again. I made a pizza, and I actually made the chocolate mousse out of the Tesco magazine. I should have used the blender. I used my hand blender, which was not a good idea. I whizzed the cottage cheese up like it tells you to do. I put the cocoa powder in, the maple syrup went in, and I don't think I missed anything else, but I melted the chocolate like it said. I let it cool down, and I put the chocolate in, and it tells you to whiz it up again. And it went very stiff very quickly, so it didn't quite get mixed in properly. Now I don't think I missed anything out, but I will have to read the recipe again just to see if I've made a mistake, because it was quite thick and I just put it into a tub. But for 4 people, that was supposed to be for 4 people, and I think 4 people it'd be a little bit too too rich, I think. But it did taste quite nice. But I will say, because I got organic cocoa powder in, which is not sweet, 85% dark chocolate, which again is not sweet. When you first take a bite of this mousse, it's like, oh, that's bitter, and there's this taste, this not a nice taste if you don't like sort of that kind of chocolate. But by the time I've had a couple of bites, that's gone, and it tastes lovely. And I'll definitely make some more, because I like it. I do like chocolate mousse, and at least I know there's no real sugars, well, there's not much more sugars in it, and the carbs are not too bad. Mind I'm saying that, there's chocolate in it, isn't it? But it's a healthier version probably of chocolate mousse. So like I said, I will put a picture in, a bit of video and things like that of what I've been doing in the kitchen. Right, well, I'm going to get off now, because I need to go and get this video edited and uploaded, because I know I'm a bit late this week, but it's still going up on the Tuesday, which is good. So take care everyone. I hope you have a lovely week, and I hope you manage to get some crafting done, and I will see you all again next week. Thank you for joining me today, and bye for now.